I had Moringa powder every day for an entire year. And I gotta say, I've tried a lot of supplements and reviewed a lot on this channel, but this one, Moringa powder, had a very interesting effect on me.
Oh, hi, Mark.
What's up, Freccero fam? Welcome back to my channel. We'll have to experience everything that life has to offer. I'm gonna jump right into this. Like I said in the intro, I'm having Moringa powder. This is the Kuli Kuli Organic Pure Moringa Powder. I want to stress I have no affiliation with Kuli Kuli. I've been having Moringa every day for the past year, specifically 1 teaspoon. And this stuff had, I'm not gonna lie, a very profound effect on me. And as a supplement, I'm just gonna say it right in the beginning of this video, I would give it 5 out of 5 stars. And I'm gonna be taking it every day for the rest of my life. So with that being said, let's get into what exactly is Moringa and what are the benefits. First things first, I want to play you this clip, this short of Dr. Rhonda Patrick talking about Moringa powder and everything. She's the first person I actually ever heard about Moringa powder from and the benefits and how good it is for you.
And then the other thing I add is I do a little bit of Moringa powder. So Moringa it's a plant, it's high in some micronutrients, like it has things like zinc and iron and magnesium, but it also has something in it that is called moringagen. And it is a phytochemical that is very similar to sulforaphane, which is found in like broccoli sprouts. It's really high in broccoli sprouts. And it activates genetic pathways in our body, the same ones that sulforaphane activates, that have been shown to increase antioxidants in the brain, like glutathione, that have been shown to lower DNA damage in our cells, all sorts of benefits. But the other thing that it does, and I've noticed this, so I used to wear a continuous glucose monitor like for years. And it blunts the postprandial glucose rise from a smoothie when I put Moringa powder in it.
And like I said, she was the first person I ever heard about Moringa from, and Moringa is considered a super plant. Because as you can see here, Moringa is a plant native to South Asia and Africa that is known for its nutritional value and sometimes called the miracle tree or the tree of life. It is rich in vitamins, minerals, protein, and antioxidants, and almost every part of the tree is used for food, traditional medicine, and other purposes. Now, in terms of the benefits, Moringa in general is just a powerhouse. A lot of people call it a superfood. Might even say like a super supplement, if I'd use that phrase, but more of a superfood, right? Because going down here very fast, first off, it's a powerhouse of essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Antioxidant power, digestive health, skin health, blood sugar regulation, heart health, immune function, bone health, and other potential benefits. It's been shown to, like, say, boost energy levels, improve mood, cognitive function, reduce stress and anxiety, and support weight loss. I know I went through that pretty quick, but overall, in general, Moringa is just a powerhouse. And being more specific on this video, talking about Moringa powder, is a very easy supplement to take. And in terms of the practice of taking this, I put 1 scoop or 1 teaspoon in a smoothie every day. Whether, like, say, I'm making something in my blender bottle and I mix it with protein, or whether I do a full-on smoothie, if I were like that with like bananas, blueberries, chia seeds, oats, all that kind of stuff. Very, very easy, very simple. 1 scoop and that's it. In terms of the taste, I'll be honest, it tastes very earthy. That's the best way to word it. I feel like even from like the look of it, like let me show you how the powder looks. See, like that? I feel like you can kind of get an idea. Does it taste really good? Not really. I'll be honest. It tastes kind of earthy, a bit very bitter as well. But for me, I kind of treat it like a big shot where, again, I make a smoothie or, like, say, something in my blender bottle. I just chug it and I'm on with my day. And in terms of the nutritional facts, again, this is from Kuli Kuli. It's only 20 calories, 3 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fiber, no sugar at all, and 1 gram of protein. With that all being said, I now want to talk about how it affected me or how it affects me in general. So in the beginning of this video, talked more about the nitty-gritty science, like what were the benefits, what did Dr. Rhonda Patrick say about it in terms of her perspective, putting it in smoothies and a lot more. Now I want to talk about my own anecdotal experience. And I gotta say, from the time I started taking this, I felt it almost right away. What's interesting about Moringa powder, and I can't explain it, it is one of those things that does give you a lot of energy, but I want to stress there is no caffeine in it. There is no stimulants in this or anything like that. There's no stimulants whatsoever, no caffeine, none of that. but something about it, and I can't explain it, just gives me more energy. That's the only way I can word it. Have you ever had, like, say, like a really good meal, or when you eat really healthy? You know how when you eat really healthy, you just have that feeling like, wow, I just feel like I have more energy. Even if you didn't have caffeine, you just feel like you have more energy. That's what I feel with Moringa powder. I also notice when I take this, very, very clearly compared to when I don't, I almost notice it when I don't take it versus when I do, pretty strongly, that when I do take it, I notice I have more energy throughout the day. I feel a bit happier. I feel a bit more focused. Like, it gives me, I'm going to say a minor. I don't want just a minor nootropic kind of benefit where I feel a bit more cognitively focused, if that's the best way to word it. I feel also maybe a little happier, so a little bit of a mood boost as well. In general, when I do take this, and this is the best way to word it, I just feel more vibrant. You know, there are so many benefits to Moringa powder, and it's kind of like one scoop that you do, like I showed you, or 1 teaspoon that has a powerhouse and a packed, huge, nutrient-dense, ground-up plant that just has so many health benefits, both physical but also mental. And I think if anything, I feel like I notice the mental benefits more than the physical ones, I am going to be honest. Like she said, what this has in it does kind of mirror sulforaphane. I've already done a video about sulforaphane. Sulforaphane is easily one of my favorite supplements, and the Sulfura Boost from Do Not Age is by far my favorite one. And I'm going to be honest, I take both. I both take the Sulfura Boost from Do Not Age, and I also take the Kuli Kuli Moringa Powder every day. Both of them in combination are amazing. But I gotta say though, I have taken Moringa Powder on its own, like say without the sulforaphane, to kind of do A/B testing or do a good analysis just in my own personal experience. And even still, Moringa Powder is just unbelievable. It is unbelievable just the way I feel mentally and physically when I take it. And what's kind of cool about this too, I'll be honest, is it's pretty inexpensive. This bag right here is only about 20 bucks on Amazon. There's 50 servings. If you take 2 teaspoons a day, I only take 1. So this lasts me almost 3.5 months for just 20 bucks. I mean, I've taken Ubers that were more expensive than this Moringa powder. And I do want to stress on this video, I might as well say this is not meant to remove vegetables in your diet. It's more just a ground up plant in powdered form, right? That's the easiest way to look at it. Now, what about the cons? Of course, nothing is ever perfect. Nothing is ever perfect. I'm going to say only 2 on this video regarding Moringa powder. 1, stomach issues. So for me, and every single person is different, if I have too much Moringa, it demolishes my stomach. Like, it's not good at all. So that's one thing I will say that for me, and this is what I suggest for a lot of people, if you are starting to have Moringa powder, start with like a 1/4 teaspoon, then a half, then 3/4, then 1, maybe work your way up. So I will say it depends upon the person. Everyone's different. I think I heard somewhere that Dr. Anna Patrick was having even close to like 2 tablespoons, which is bananas to me. I don't even know how she does that. That's crazy. Maybe she really slowly worked her way up. And like I said, I have been having this every day for a year, but I think my perspective is, okay, 1 teaspoon, I feel great on. If it's not broke, why try to fix it? I have had 2 teaspoons before, and sometimes I was fine, and I really felt the benefits stronger. Other times, it did kind of upset my stomach. So I feel like for me, to be safe, rather than sorry, I only have 1 teaspoon a day. The second thing I will say about Moringa powder in general is that some of these products can have high amounts of lead and metals, which of course is not good for you. Now, the main reason I want to say as a side note that I chose Kuli Kuli, and I have no affiliation with this company, I want to stress, I bought this with my own money. I would still give it 5 out of 5 stars, of course, as I did see that it's one of the best Moringa powder supplements that is the lowest amount of lead that's meant to be the cleanest. I also will say too, as a side note, I also bought this because of Dr. Anna Patrick. She did recommend it in a podcast. She also has no affiliation with Kuli Kuli.
Jed Fahey, who's really the expert on sulforaphane, he's a good friend of mine. He's been on the podcast a couple of times. He basically thinks, and has done a lot of research on Moringa as well, that it's like a cousin, and it activates the NRF2 pathway similarly to sulforaphane. And so I've been buying this Kuli Kuli Moringa powder. I don't have any affiliation with them. But
Kuli Kuli is a brand.
Kuli Kuli is the brand.
That you have
Sell
no
it at Whole
affiliation
Foods.
to.
I have no affiliation.
Okay.
But Jed Fahey has researched it like that specific brand. And so it's like legit. It's legit. It's like science backed.
Yeah.
In terms of actually containing Moringa and activating NRF2.
So those are the 2 things I do have to mention. That 1, be careful in terms of your stomach. So again, I suggest starting small, working way up. For me, 1 teaspoon a day is like the sweet spot for me. And 2, keep in mind that depending on the Moringa powder supplement you get, there could be potentially high elements and high amounts of lead or other metals. Overall, gotta say, Moringa powder right here, one of my favorite supplements I've ever taken, mainly because one, it's super easy. It's really just 1 teaspoon or 1 scoop is the way I look at it. In any protein shake, any smoothie, it's very easy to put in anything. Like I said, the taste isn't the best, but if you have other stuff in it, it does kind of mask the taste. If you're having it on its own, the taste, especially if you don't like earthy, stout tasting stuff, can be a little bitter and it can be pretty bad. I'll be honest. But in general, I gotta say, it is a pretty safe supplement to take. I'll say it like that. Because I have reviewed a lot of supplements on this channel that some of them have maybe potential side effects. It affects everybody differently. But with this, again, the best way to word it is think of it like, which it is, a ground up plant. That's it. It's almost like you're eating a plant that's super healthy for you, but it's in a ground powdered form that just makes it easier to consume. And as I showed you in this video, and as I talked about, and as Dr. Rhonda Patrick talked about, and a lot of other researchers have talked about, having moringa powder has incredible physical and also mental benefits.